Welcome to the Expert Level Wrestling Podcast. We're going to go over Wrestlemania 36.
Yo, what's going on? This is King V, Afi Kingdom, and this is the Expert Level Wrestling Channel podcast. Excuse me, the Expert Level Wrestling Podcast. So this video, actually, what I was gonna do is do a live and do a screen share, but I really want to say this, and I don't want to risk the video getting flagged down. So we talking WrestleMania 36, Part 1. I'm going to watch Part 2 when I finish this. But we're going to go over the couple of matches. So first off, it exceeded my expectations. Man, like the first match, I thought it was going to be Boosie. I came in like a hater. This is a good lesson for you guys. Stop hating and stop thinking negative about shit. Because I went in watching it thinking this shit about to be whack. You know what I'm saying? So the first match I seen was Becky Lynch and the Chick. I kind of skimmed through that one just because I wanted to see what the lineup was. So I skimmed through that one. I'll take that one later. Then the next one I watched was Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn. Shit was fire, man. The way the setup was it felt like I don't know. You know, see when they do Raw and SmackDown at the empty arena, it's live. So it looked hella bootsy, but this was a tape show. And so they got a chance to edit it and put the right angles and shit. So it looked like they were having a real fight. It looked like they was having a real fight. And then I think it was cool. Like, yeah, man. And then he had Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro and shit. They got all in the mix and shit. You know what I mean? Like, this shit was tight, man. That shit was tight. And then the other match that I watched, because see, I got to watch all of it because I had intent for it being bad, so I didn't even watch it from the beginning. I was like, I'm going to just check this match out and this match out. I was watching it. I'm like, man, this shit's fire. The ladder match, man, the ladder match, John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and what's the third? Kofi Kingston, John Morrison. Oh, and the Uso. Man, shit was, he must have tight-roped across this thing, flipped his ass. Man, that shit was fire, man. Then the mat is like boom, boom. It sound like the old school WCW mat. It sound like the old school WCW mat, man. Like pow, 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 wow. Shit was tight, bro. The ending was tight. So they all climbed up the ladder, and then he headbutt the fool. Fucking John Morrison fell, had the belts. These cats up here like, bro, they looking at each other like, what the fuck? Why you do that? But you can hear him saying it though, because usually the announcers will be talking in the crowd and the music and shit. So it just made it seem more real. So actually, I want them to do more shows like that. Now, even though this shit is good, I don't want every WrestleMania to be like this, but I do think they should do like, they should do a fucking, they should do like a, I don't know, call it Lights Out or some shit. Maybe the day after WrestleMania, how they had the Elimination Chamber, will have this Lights Out shit or something like that. And then it's good, bro. The Undertaker versus AJ Styles, nigga, that's one of the, man, I was watching that shit. Look, I put it on, right? Put the shit on. Then I'm like, ooh, this shit about to be tight. You know what I'm saying? Because they outside. I don't know what they gonna do. And then so they had they showed the her and shit. They driving around and shit. Then man, I want to show y'all, man. I'm trying to figure out how I can. To part 2. I'm gonna show it, and then if it get flagged down, at least we got this one. So I'm gonna do part 2, and I'm gonna try to show it and talk about it. But I don't want to do that right now because I gotta eat my words. This shit is fucking good, bro. Then then they they show AJ Styles and shit. I mean, so they the coffin and shit. You think it's Undertaker gonna come up like ready for business? It's fucking AJ Styles. He come out laughing and shit, clowning and shit, high-fiving the droids and shit. It's his partners and shit. They take off the shit. They high-fiving and shit. Then they get to the motorcycle. Now, see, American Badass Undertaker, he ain't been in action for like 10 years. So it's like a big deal for him to even do that, and they never really confirmed it. Like they had him do the contract signing, and then he was dressed down, and it kind of had people thinking, damn, is he back to American Badass, or is he like, just kind of doing that shit just because of some chill shit, the quarantine, he didn't feel like wearing his hat and all of that shit. So they never really confirmed that American Badass was back in action. So then they show it. They show the bike. You know what I'm saying? He coming. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-3 minutes. They just show his ass cutting. He get off the shit. Then they just show it like hella tight under. Then they got Undertaker. Like the introduction, how they just usually come out. Then they had a name, just like a fucking movie. Just came out. And then the Undertaker just. I was like, oh, this shit tight. Showed them come from like the bottom up, like that. Shit was tight. Then the AJ Styles came. Then they had a little square off and shit. Like, but the square off was like a real fight. You feel what I'm saying? It was like, you know how you fight. You got into a real fight. You know how when you walking up and then you feel me? What? You know what I'm saying? Like it was a part that was rolling. So as soon as that happened, I had to stop and roll one. I was like, fuck that. This shit is fire. And then he was like, yeah, man, Michelle McCool, if y'all don't know, Michelle McCool is a female wrestler, and she used to be a wrestler. She stopped, she has babies, they married and shit. But that's his real wife. So they kind of like crossed the boundaries, getting personal and shit. He called him by his first name, Mark Calloway and shit. Like, yeah, Mark Calloway. He's calling him a simp. Yeah, Mark Calloway. Mark Calloway, your girl let you outside. She the reason why you ain't got no career no more. Just fucking with him and shit. So, it was just hella funny and shit. Like, yeah, you coming to get some, old man? He's like, yeah, I got enough just for you. Undertaker don't talk. He ain't talked in hella years. So just to even hear him with some swag and shit is just hella entertaining to see, because he been just the dead man for like 10 years. He ain't popped his collar in a long time. So to see him pop his collar in a long time, and he at the cemetery and shit, AJ Styles, he got his jeans on and his tank top, like ready to box and shit. He threw that nigga on the car. Boom, threw him on the car, ran him into some shit. Then he had some type of pipe, tried to hit him, bust the glass on the car. It was just hella funny. He was bleeding and shit. It's like, ooh, boy, look what you made me do, boy. Look what you made me do, boy. Now I'm going to really beat you down. I was like, oh, this shit hella tight. You know what I'm saying? Then he threw him in the grave and shit. He's finna bury him. Fucking Undertaker came from the back and shit like, nah. So then he was just like, okay, boom. So even though I'm American Badass, I still got the powers and shit. Don't get it fucked up. That shit was tight. Like, don't get it fucked up, nigga. Just because I'm on this biker shit, I still got the powers, fam. Transported from the inside of shit behind him, threw his ass in there. You know what I'm saying? Then he got to a point where he got to the roof of some shit. They tried to jump him and shit. Hella droids came. This is real. This really happened. This is like a long ass story. This really happened. If y'all just don't watch wrestling, this is really what happened. Hella droids came like 10. I was thinking they was gonna be on the Undertaker side. Like I thought them was his partners, because AJ Styles had his two partners. I forgot their names, but the guys from New Japan, fucking the tag team, them guys. So it was them three. Then the droids came. I'm like, oh, okay. Now he got backup and shit. Turned out they ain't backup. They came to fucking fight Undertaker too. So he whooped all these fools, whooped these fools. Then the tag team partners, KO on them, picked their ass up. One of the cats, Ken Anderson, boom, he grabbed his ass, threw his ass off the fucking roof, like raw, threw his ass way off the roof. Then the other one fucking tombstone his ass on the fucking roof of the shit. AJ Styles booted his fucking shit, booted his ass. You know what I'm saying? Into the grave, hop back on the bike. That shit was out. Now it's part 2. So now part 2, we gonna have Randy Orton versus RKO. Hella look forward to that. If y'all don't know, Randy Orton is my favorite wrestler. Edge used to be my favorite wrestler before he retired. But they used to be a tag team, and then Randy Orton, he came and he didn't. RKO Edge real wife, which is a wrestler too, Beth Phoenix. He RKO'd her ass, so they got beef, personal beef. They know each other for hella long, and he fucked with the bitch. In wrestling in real life, when you fuck with the bitches, that's when guys really take that shit serious. Yeah, man. So that one, fucking, oh, I forgot to say, Braun Strowman beat Goldberg. How I forget that? That was a squash match that was actually like, I was like, okay, good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why Bray Wyatt lost the belt anyway, but if Braun Strowman should have been champion anyway. He's been supposed to have had the belt, but since he didn't, if he would have lost this match, he would have had no credibility. Even though Goldberg is Goldberg still, because he takes consecutive L's. So even if he don't hold the belt long, which he should, I'm proud of him, man. Good job. So now he's tag team champions with him and the little boy, and then he has the Intercontinental champion that he got, and now he got this one. So that makes him a Grand Slam. He had all the belts. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going to say the other, I was about to unpack part 2, but let me just unpack part 2 on part 2. Thank you for listening. The Expert Level Wrestling Podcast. Share this video. Tell your partners. We chopping up the fire wrestling game. Not this weird shit and this boring ass shit that y'all watching, these nerds. We talking fly player boss game. Like this bitch. And I know my shit. I know my shit better than you.
Yo, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit that notification bell. Peace.